Alright, the Into the Light second stream was yesterday. I believe the last one's going to be next week, and they're going to talk about exotic missions, but I was more interested in the weapons, so, we'll go over the article. I'll say my thoughts and rants and shit at the end. I will read some of the introduction, stuff, for the weapons, because it's kind of interesting. Their robes. Their, I guess, idea behind why they brought them back, but essentially they're bringing back a lot of fan favorites, you got, Midnight Coup, Blast Furnace, Recluse, Mountaintop. There's a ton of them. We'll go through Luna's Howl, the pinnacle weapons. Anyways, real quick, there is two perks. I know Last Stand is this one. Weapon Final Blows grant bonus damage, and Melee and Grenade Final Blows grant larger damage bonus that can stack. There's no numbers on this yet, so no one knows if it's 10%, 15% like Golden Tricorn. And then Indomitable, I believe, gives you grenade energy if you're on a light subclass, and melee energy if you're on dark subclass. You get final blows. Let me see if I can skim through here and find it real quick. Oops. Probably should have this beforehand, but it is what it is. Also, there's a section in the tower that's been opened up that's basically the 0 hour puzzle area, and it has some stuff in it. Be the Hall of Heroes. So I'm trying to scan through here and see if I know they show it, thing on Succession or something. Let me see. See if I can skip around. We love black. Oh, great. Very professional. Let me skip. I could have swore that. Yeah, okay. Indomitability. Final blows grant grenade energy when playing lights up. Yeah, okay. So I was right. Anyways, so here we go. They're gonna talk about the weapons they're bringing back and their columns. I'll talk about some perks if you care about it. Forbearance. Waveframe grenade launcher has been a staple in PvE since shipped with a potent combination of business assassin chain reaction. Yada yada. Oh, they also made this change now, with the witch tokens where you had to have Forsaken to craft the Glass Witch weapons. Now you don't have to have the expansion to have these weapons. At least this variant of the weapon. Anyways, we want all players to experience its very strong endgame. Could be exotic. Yeah, they just want everyone to have fun with it, right? So this got updated. I don't think see turnabout anymore on it, but honestly, Unrelenting's good, Demo's good, Ambitious you'll notice in all these weapons have been reprised. Their main perk combo still exists. For instance, Ambitious Assassin and Chain Reaction are still on this in the separate columns. But Demo's good, Surplus or sorry, Stats for All Unrelenting, that's good. Steady Hands, Disruption Break, Golden Tricorn's alright. One for All's alright. Bait and Switch, no. But mostly, again, it's Forbearance, Add Clear, Chain Reaction, Ambitious Assassin. Don't have to overthink it. There you go. Desperate Measures, again, no one knows the damage numbers on that. Succession, Moving Target, no distractions left from gold. Reconstruction still here. Whirlpool's still here. Recombination's still here. No one uses Redirection. I'm more of a Reconstruction snapshot site kind of dude. I think Discord's a new one. Firmly Planted's been there. Demo, I think, has been there. Or I want to say it was Osmosis. But again, whatever. Also, in terms of raid weapons being attainable, I'll talk again, ranting and raving at the end. Falling Guillotine. This one, the standout one. You have Repulsor Brace, destabilizing rounds. That's a new one. But it's Eager Edge in the 4th column. So unfortunately, can't pair with a pairing perk Bait and Switch. It does have Chain Reaction, I want to say, in the 3rd column, so maybe you can trust me out there. But essentially, when I see Eager Edge on a sword, it's just basically hey, if you don't have 30th anniversary or you don't have the other ones crafted or Slammer, yeah, here's another Eager Edge sword. Again, in terms of damage, I don't know. Vortex frames kind of have really bad damage overall. Recluse, everyone, if you've been around, still the main thing in the 4th column is that Master of Arms. That's what you probably want. I know it's been nerfed before it got sunset, and even after it got sunset, I think I got adjusted again. But we'll see. Master of Arms is cool. Also, this is a Void SMG, and funnily enough, I was talking to a friend the other day, and he won the title with Repulsor Brace and Destabilizing Rounds. Well, now here's a second SMG that is Void. I'm assuming this is still Void because it was Void when it came out. I'm just gonna, yeah, Destabilizing Round only rolls on Void weapons, right? I believe it's a 900 lightweight RPM, if I remember correctly. And I don't know how SMGs are. I know everyone uses aggressive frames and precision frames, but I mean, again, in PvE, Master of Arms, Subsistence, or Master of Arms, Threat Detector, Master of Arms, any reload perk here. You probably don't want Dynamic Sway, Hip Fire, I guess, for PvE. PvP, maybe you still also use Master of Arms. I see Target Lock here. Frenzy's nice, but again, Master of Arms is the main takeaway. Tap the Trigger is nice for PvP. And again, no one knows the Desperate Measure numbers unless they talked about it, because I just skimmed through the live stream. Mountaintop, again, another iconic, Nightmare in the Crucible, overpowered shit in PvE. So this one, the main perk wasn't actually like a column choice. It was actually just the intrinsic. So now, which was Micro Missile, which just made the grenade launcher shoot straight like a rocket. They reworked it, so I'm guessing it does less damage or something, but it still retained its stuff. Again, in terms of like, I guess if you're going for like swap rotation stuff, you have auto loading and like Frenzy or Vorpal. You can go Ambitious Assassin. Impulse Amplifier, I wonder, like, because it already shoots straight. I wonder if it makes it like kind of like hit scan. Like I could imagine like hit Impulse Amplifier and PvP, and then like any perk here, like maybe not one for all, but or Harmony Impulse, who knows. Overflow is neat, I guess, but like I guess it's just basically Ambitious Assassin found just picking up ammo though, because it just doubled it to 2. Okay, so now we have Black Armory weapons. Hammerhead, again, an iconic weapon. It was also a monster in the Crucible, and in PvE, it was if you don't know, when Destiny 2 was a thing, LMGs didn't exist anymore for some reason, and the only LMG that existed at the time was Hammerhead when Black Armory came out. It's the first one in Destiny 2. Anyways, what's interesting with Black Armory weapons, and they kind of kept this, is that they can have double damage perks. Like Kindled Orkin's iconic because their Rampage kill clip. Ring and Nail had the auto rifle had Rampage Dragonfly. I get it backwards. Dragonfly's the third column, but you get the point. Rampage Killing Tally is neat on paper. But you'd probably want to, like, I'd probably go for this, but maybe get like an RTM War Rig Titan, because again, Killing Tally is good when you never have to reload. Again, you have destabilizing rounds. I don't see any repulsor brace here. Like I said, I mean, you can go Envious Assassin to have like triple the magazine and then Killing Tally. 4 times the charm. I mean, Rewind's fine. For Crucible, again, High Impact Reserve's good. I don't know. Target Lock might be overkill on LMG and Crucible. And then Tap the Trigger is also good. But yeah, for PvE, again, destabilizing rounds and maybe, Onslaught or something. Envious Assassin Onslaught. Rampage, like there's some interesting combinations. I think most people might go for Killing Tally. However, this is also kind of important. If you have a succession, my bad. Now I forgot the name of the Void LMG that came from Commemoration. There you go. Commemoration from Deepstone is also a Void LMG that is, I believe, also an adaptive frame, because I believe Hammerhead is an adaptive frame. So if you have a, whatever, Commemoration with like Reconstruction Killing Tally, like I don't know, I guess you really don't need it. Oh, I forgot to mention, there's also a, like, the way this gun looks, like there's a, every single weapon that Brave Arsenal drops has like a shiny variant that's like that's limited edition that will go away when Final Shape comes out, but getting these weapons will still exist post Final Shape, so this activity and all that stuff will still exist. Anyways, we were down with Hammerhead. Okay, and then let's see, Blast Furnace. Now the thing about Blast Furnace is that it doesn't have custom scope options. That was another big thing with Destiny 2 early on, like year 1, year 2, is that a lot of weapons had custom scope options. Especially Black Armory weapons had custom scope options. And this isn't, I don't know if this is the one, I'm pretty sure this isn't the one that everyone liked. They liked the other one. I can't remember the name of it, but again, Kill Clip, really good. Zen Moment now is really good. So Zen Moment Kill Clip. This is more of a PvP type of role, or I guess gun. I mean, again, maybe you can have Kinetic Tremors, Rapid Hit, Kinetic Tremors, Rampage. Kinetic Tremors being the third column is actually kind of cool, because again, now you can pair for a damage perk. Like personally, I already have a shoot to loot, weapon, but maybe not a pulse. But I'd probably go like Kinetic Tremors and like Frenzy, because Frenzy's good. Again, Crucible, I mean, Snapshot Kill Clip, Zen Kill Clip. I'm going towards Kill Clip entirely. Zen Moment Rapid Hit's another funny roll. I have it on the Relentless Pulse Rifle, but that's in high impact, so it shoots slower. So if you want max ability, maybe there's that. Head Seeker's good too in Crucible, so it's alright. Edge Transit, the reason why they brought this one back is that it was a meme. If you don't remember, if you played during Forsaken, like anytime you got like a legendary drop, it was like Edge Transit. It was like everywhere. Kind of similar how the Valis to Alec, Zavala copy pasta, because everyone, you play Destiny 1, you'd always get, Cerberus of A3 strike or whatever on Mars. Same thing with Edge Transit. If you ever decrypted like a legendary, got legendary, it was fucking Edge Transit during Forsaken. So anyways, So this one's interesting. They put Cascade Point in the third column, which again usually isn't a thing. Because fourth column are usually damage perks, and Cascade is considered damage perks. So now, Cascade Point bait and switch could be kind of funny. Full court still, unless they buff, it's fucking trash. Impulse fan amplifier for maybe Crucible, Field Prep, and Vicious Assassin, like a Vicious Assassin bait and switch, like that's or sorry, Envious Assassin bait and switch. I didn't know they had both. Destabilizing Repulsor if you care for it. Again, if they're gonna keep this the same, this was a Void grenade launcher. If you played during Season Defiance, during Lightfall, Regnant exists, and Regnant can also roll with this and it's craftable. Now I don't know what frame Edge Transit was, so it might be a little bit different. But again, if I were to go for a roll, Cascade Point bait switch could be kind of funny, or Envy's Assassin bait and switch, obviously like Caraxis or the other one, Cataphract, like in but this one's Void instead of Strand. Luna's Howl. This one is an interesting change because again they changed when they sunset these pinnacles. They also changed Luna's Howl and Not Forgotten to, they still retain the 180 like recoil pattern, but they turned to 140s, and they also reworked the perk because if you don't remember, Magnificent Howl used to work off crits. Like if you got 2 crits in a row, your third crit do increased precision damage, and if you were fast enough, like in your fast transferring targets, you could get like a 0.3 TTK because your next shot, like you get Magnificent Howl to proc, you 3-tap someone, and then you can 2-tap the next person in like 0.3 seconds. They've changed it now, so it's like it's kill based, it's not hit based. But anyways, let's read it here. Originally, blah 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 blah, don't care. Blistering, okay, whatever. We've redesigned Magnificent Howl. The number of precision final blows before reloading, so that means you're gonna have to get kills like red bars, affects the total number of rounds granted with increased range and damage. Precision final blows with Magnificent Howl extend the effect of additional rounds. So this is kind of like a slaying out thing. Again, I did say, oh, this will allow for 2 taps. Again, it's 140. I did say like I would leave the rent to the end, but I used Luna's Howl back in the day in PvE. It was actually really great. It had because Magnificent Howl basically it was like a Hawk Moon before Hawk Moon existed kind of deal, because you just kept landing precision doing increased damage. With this, you're gonna have to get kills with it, and so this is definitely probably more geared towards PvP. Because I mean in PvE, I guess you can kind of make it work, like kill some stuff, and then it depends on how high the increased damage is, because this could be, because the Hawkmoon can do this without kills, but it's also a exotic, so who knows. Anyways, with that out of the way, Eye of the Storm is good. Let's see, Magnificent, like I'm pretty sure most people are going for Magnificent Howl. We have Kill Clip on other 140s. Incandescent exists on other 140, like Zali's Bane. Desperate Measures, no one knows the damage bonus. I mean, if you want to go classic with like a good roll, Opening Shot, Eye of the Storm, right, on a 140, it's pretty good. If you're just gonna ignore Magnificent Howl. Heal Clip, I know a lot of people like Heal Clip now, PvP and PvE. Heal Clip Incandescent. I think that might be a first for a hand cannon. I know other weapons have this role. Actually, no, Igneous Hammer has this, but that's a 120. Anyways, again for PvE, maybe Subsistence would be nice because you get a precision kill and you get a reload, or you get like a partial reload, or maybe Discord, so you don't have to reload at all because Discord gives you infinite ammo when you get a kill with a different weapon. But like again for PvP, maybe Eye of the Storm, Magnificent Howl, Heal Clip. I'm sure most people are going to lean into Magnificent Howl to see how it's been. But if Magnificent Howl is pretty trash, you still got Kill Clip, you still got Opening Shot. I don't know about Precision Instrument though. Anyways, Midnight Coup. This was like the hand cannon. It had like Outlaw Rampage, which Outlaw Rampage still exists. But neat. You have Firefly, right, on kinetic weapon. Shoot to Loot's pretty cool. Shoot to Loot Kinetic Tremors, I think, is a first for a hand cannon. I know there's a sidearm like the Buzzard had Shoot to Loot Kinetic Tremors. This is a pretty good roll. Shoot to Loot Kinetic Tremors on any weapon really. For utility. But anyways, you have Shoot to Loot. Explosive Payload being in the third column means that you can have a damage perk. So Explosive Payload Frenzy is a good combo I have on like my Fatebringer. You can go, yeah, I mean, that's pretty much it, like, I don't know about Attrition Orbs, never used it, and Line Actions, whatever. For PvP, I don't see this really being used in PvP, but I guess Moving Target Opening Shot, because I believe Midnight Coup's a 140 as well. And if you've been around, again, the Ostringer's good, Rose, that's a good one. There's a couple good kinetic 140, Fatebringer. Hung Jury, this one again, I said I'd save the Wrenching Raven towards the end. This is like the 80th time they brought back this weapon, I guess. And What's sad about this one is that the cool combination of shoot the loot kinetic tremors, which is the reason why I went for Hung Jury when they reprised for like the 18th time or then the 17th time, that doesn't exist because kinetic tremors is in this column as well as shoot to loot, so I don't really see a point of this one. Rewind is new. I guess Rewind Cascade maybe. I don't know. I will say though, a loose change, by the way, is weird because I think that only procs when you kill an enemy debuffed by a elemental debuff, so like Scorch or Sever or Unravel or Slow. This is kinetic weapon. Unless they're changing this to something else. Anyways, loose change feels like a loss. The only thing I can see this being good for, not in PvE, in PvP, is no distractions and what do you call it? Box breathing, because I kept an old one that has this, and this is a 3-tap in Crucible, and I still think it is with the current sandbox change. So, one less crit, really good TTK without a single kill. For PvE, probably a miss. I mean, again, like rewind rounds. I don't know. Desperate measures, rewind explosive payload maybe. Rapid explosive payload. I don't know. Firefly, I guess. Like I said, I'm looking at this more like a PvP weapon. LC's rifle, the Stranger's rifle, no longer the Stranger's rifle because LC's no longer the Stranger. I see what they did there. Anyways, I believe I don't remember what the RPM is. I want to say it's an adaptive. It might be a high impact because I know no time is a high impact. But I mean, like, Zen Moment, kill clip, pretty good. Desperado has been nerfed, pretty bad, but I mean it's still good. I'm looking at this for PvP right now. Zen Moment's just good right here. Under over, maybe for some Void Titan shenanigans, but they haven't reined that in yet. Keep Away is also good. Then you can pair that with like pretty much Kill Clip or Stabilizing or sorry Desperado. Head Seeker's also another good one. And PvE pulses are still kind of trash. So I mean it's up to you. I believe it's a Void one now. Yeah, it's Void. It's a Void weapon. So if you want to go Gerfalcon with a Repulsor Brace, Frenzy or Repulsor Brace, Destabilizing Round kind of roll. That's about it. Like rewind rounds is probably the only other perk in PvE I would consider. And then yeah, again I keep mentioning it, but no one knows what desperate measures like the damage is, so who knows. But that's it for now. They did mention they're going to add some. They're potentially looking at other weapons to bring forward, and that's pretty much it. I believe the next live stream is going to be the exotic weapon. So if that's all you care for, that's all the rolls. So there you go. Now it's time for the rant and tangent section. Let's start off with the raid weapons being introduced into the like general loot pool. I don't I never upload this video, but like the wish tokens and the last and being able to craft like the last wish weapons, I didn't have an issue with, because if you don't know, last wish is the only raid in the game where you can actually go to the chest, like Shirochi and Morgith. You go to the chest and you can get any weapon, any armor, any mod out of that chest without doing a single encounter. All those YouTubers that clickbait you can do any encounter without doing a raid. That's a lie. The only raid, or the only thing that's actually true in those videos, the only exception is Last Wish. Every other raid requires you to have some drop from some encounter, so then you can guarantee that drop when you open up the chest. So that's why I didn't have an issue with that, because you could realistically get these weapons anyways. Like for instance, I have it's a different raid, but for instance, Valor Disciple, I wasn't going to raid that much, so I only did on one character. I got lucky with weapon drops, and I've only done that raid like 10 times maybe, and I have all the red borders crafted because I went to the chest every week, right? So, I get it. Some people don't like to raid or don't want to raid, and it was, again, this was an exception where you could get raid weapons without having to raid, so I didn't care about the wish tokens. With this now, it's not even, again, I'm at the point where I don't even care. Like, say la vie, let people have fun, fuck, give them all the raid weapons, who cares? But I find it annoying that they chose these two weapons, because you can still get Forbearance, you can still get Succession. I would much rather have them brought back like some older raid weapons that don't exist anymore, like for instance Tara Gaze maybe, like to replace Succession because it had a kill clip on it or whatever. What was it? No Feelings, a Scout Rifle. Like they could have brought back two different raid weapons that were sunset. I don't know why they brought two raid weapons that still exist, but I guess because for it also makes it. I'm all over the place, but like Undercurrent, what's the point of Undercurrent right now? I guess that the fact that it has Volt Shot now, I guess, because like Undercurrent is an arc wave frame that everyone, and again that I talked to, is like, oh, it's like basically a Forbearance at home for people that can't do Witch Queen or do Valor Disciple, and now you can just get Forbearance. It's like, okay, well, what's the point of Undercurrent? I guess Volt Shot, and that's it. But yeah, so this is all part of the bigger tangent about how rating for like I don't know if it's a gear elitist thing, but you fine, whatever. Rating doesn't matter. It hasn't mattered since Destiny 1. Back in the day in Destiny 1, if you wanted the best of the best weapons, you had to do a raid, like to get like, Fatebringer, Vision of Confluence, all the other shit, right? Because they're elemental primaries and they work 12 burns. That was back in the day. Now, especially like recently, every raid weapon had an analog, which is either better, just as good, or good enough. Like for instance, oh my god, I hate it. I'm uninstalling this shit afterwards. I just got a fucking friend request from a random guy. Uh, but the point being, like for instance, forbearance, right? You had undercurrent, which was demo volt shot, field prep volt shot, which isn't chain reaction, but it's good enough. Like a good enough forbearance is still really good for ad clear, right? Because forbearance is just amazing. Um, and again, it's like is there really a point to rating like outside of the experience? Because again, most of the weapons, there's either a seasonal weapon that's like better or about the same. Like for instance, Deliverance, for Stasis Fusion Rifle, Chill Clip, Riptide is just better, and you can get it from Crucible by like playing a couple games and focusing on Engram, right? So that's where I am with like raid weapons at this point. Like, part of me is like, kind of sucks seeing them just given out like this, but at the same time, I'm over it. Like, say la vie, I'm over it. Uh, so whatever. Thing number two, my overall impression of this is it doesn't feel like a celebration. It feels like desperation. For instance, people are liking this to the Age of Triumph era. That's why I was like, oh my god, Destiny 3 is on the way, which I don't think so. But during Age of Triumph, like you gotta look at the context. Age of Triumph was like at the year after, I believe, after Rise of Iron. They brought back all the raids like up to current level. They redid all the armor. They brought back all the weapons. Although the elemental primer ones became, exotic, but it felt like a celebration, right? They brought back all the stuff. You had the book, the collections, and all this other stuff you can earn, like these ornaments and stuff. It felt like a celebration. If you look at the context now, this feels like a desperate bid to just get people back. And I even forgot the main point about this too. I'll get to that later. But again, we're at the point where we're in what March right now. Final Shape would have been out by now if it wasn't delayed, right? With the fire rings and all this other crap, right? We would have been in Final Shape season 1 or episode 1 or whatever, right? This feels like a desperate bid to get as many people back so that they're like, hey guys, we've changed our stance. We're gonna have fun, whatever, whatever. That's what it feels like to me. It really feels like a desperate bid to get more people back. I mean, the super black shader being a thing, I don't care for it, but it's like, oh look, super black. Like, it's a lot of nostalgia baiting, and it kind of makes me worry about Final Shape being the exact same kind of like attempt at like nostalgia bait to kind of keep you back. But this brings up the main point, and I've said this like through conversations and maybe in some videos. What was the point of sunsetting? Because I remember back when they brought back like I guess recently Onslaught or Reservoir Burst and other weapons. Is like, then why even sunset in the beginning if you're just gonna bring back the perks and just nerf them? Should have just did that from the beginning. And now they're bringing back the pinnacle weapons themselves. And again, the question is, why was sunsetting even a thing again? Like, it just feels like you've taken away all this stuff and now you have to regrind it. And it's like, okay. Also, completely weird tangent. Hung Jury should have been Oxygen SR3 because that's the pinnacle weapon, and Maganera could have been built in intrinsically and given it incandescent. Just saying. Anyways, yeah, it's just like, what was the point of sunsetting, right? We lost all this shit, and now we have to grind it back. I guess they are better than before, and people argue that the weapons we have now are better than pinnacle weapons. That's fine, but it just, I don't know. When I saw this live stream, I wasn't like hyped and excited. I was just like, oh, it's this shit. Oh, we're I'm sorry. It just felt like they really came across it like desperate, like they really want people back and all this other stuff, and it's just like, damn. Yet I personally didn't use Recluse that much, or I never got Mountaintop, so I don't care about those weapons. I already have Forbearance, already have Succession. I have what you call it. I have Hung Jury. I already have my Hung Jury rolls. I mean, the Stranger's Rifle. If it's a high impact, I mean, I have the Premonition from the dungeon, Zen Moment Rampage. I mean, but I wouldn't mind getting a newer one. The point is, what I'm saying is that none of these weapons I look forward to. Like, I want to grind. Because again, Blast Furnace being like an aggressive frame, you have Disparity, you have Sacred Providence, you have other. It's no longer special anymore. So like, I mean, Zen Moment Kill Clip's pretty good. And again, I don't play Crucible, but if I did, I would go for that role, right? But I might go for Luna's Howl because I might want to test out Magnificent Howl perks. I did like it back in PVE back in the day, but the way it's changed, again, I don't see a point. Yeah, and then like the what's this sword? Falling Guillotine, right? Because the Slammer came out, people have done some testing, and it turns out that like I think not caster vortex frame swords aren't the best anymore. Like their damage profile is kind of mid, even with like bait and switch. And again, the slammer just came out with bait and switch and eager edge and all this other stuff. So I mean, and I mean, I don't know. So I mean, if you're a free to play player, this is amazing, right? Because these are pretty good weapons, at least back in the day. If you're an old player like me, maybe you're excited to get like Recluse Mount Top again. But for some like me, I don't care. Um, I know some, oh, it's free and all. Yeah, I get it, whatever. I can still complain. Like just because something's free doesn't mean you can't complain about it. But yeah, overall this live stream, I don't know. I keep going back to this. Just feels like a desperate attempt. And overall, what was the point of sunsetting? My two takeaways, right? Um, it's I don't know. We're I guess next week's gonna be about the exotic mission, so we'll see how that turns out. Allegedly, they might bring back Whisper and Outbreak, and maybe the Hawkman mission. Although people, I don't know where I heard this from. I might be like hallucinating, but some people said that it's not going to be craftable, but like enhanceable, like the depth weapons are. So who knows? Again, I would love a Hawkman refresh. It's my I think it's almost my most used exotic primer in PVE. But overall, like I said, if you're excited for this stuff, good for you. Me personally, I'm just taken aback. I will say this too, throw some shade. I do. I'm starting to find, not contempt is a very strong word, but like a little bit of like distaste, not disdain, but I know I find it weird that like you have all these YouTubers doing the whole entire like clickbait, like not clickbait, but the thumbnail, like, oh my god, mountaintop, oh my god, so crazy. And it's like, just do you guys not remember what they've taken from us? Do you not remember? Am I the only one who remembers the sunsetting fiasco and all the shit we've lost? And now they said we're gonna need chase new shit, and they kept bringing back old shit throughout the last three. I'm just saying. But that's pretty much it. Thanks for watching. Oh, last thing. The other like the build videos I've been doing, kind of taking a backseat because real life stuff. I have a couple of other videos that I recorded, but they've been out. Sandbox change, patches and stuff have been updated, so I'm just gonna redo those. But I will get around to them eventually, hopefully, maybe, I don't know. But anyways, that's it. Thanks for watching.